MLB algorithm update. Opening day is tomorrow. It's Thursday the 30th. We're going to talk about the last day of spring training, the results, and what I've done to this area, this browse testing cube sheet of the MLB algorithm, because here we're going to test profitability because I have made a promise that I will not leave you, even if April 10th rolls around and this thing's not winning yet, I will continue to do this, really to do this every single day until our ROI is, over 10%, like every single day, variably, very reliably above some margin percentage. We don't have to win every single game of the day. It doesn't always work like that, where it has to be profitable for everything, but it does have to be profitable above a certain margin percentage. And we're going to work on that. I would say probably something like over 10% based on this list today. And that was a short day of 9 games. Everything over 10% goes 2-1 and is 19% cumulatively profitable. So if you bet $1 on each one of these teams to win at these lines, you would have ended up with $3.57 if you started with $3. So you bet $1 on each game and you'd end up net profiting 57 cents. That's 19%. If you'd bet all the games, you would have been up 21%. So it had a pretty good day, 6-3. This is the average of all combination strengths. So this is now here, and this will be what we use to gauge what it says, which is it's supposed to give you winners to just win the game. That's as simple as we're going to keep it. So that's how it did on the last day of spring training. Now we get to talk about opening day. So I was able to get lines for the games for opening day, and pitchers, which I believe, they like to announce the pitchers ahead of time. For opening day. It's something they plan for. So not the 29th, but the 30th is actually opening day. You can see that they are here. Everybody has a starter at game time and everything. So you can export this, which I already did, and I brought it into the odds sheet right here, which is all you have to do. Once you do that, everything's connected to the matchup sheet. And we've got our 15 games here. I made sure to extend this thing out to 15 games, and these are all of our games. And this would be great, and our predictions would be, ready to roll, except we have a 0 lineup factor for everyone. And that's because the teams haven't announced their batting lineups yet. We can double check to see if they've just done it in the last few minutes, but I don't think so. So let's check MLB under fantasy sports, and you go to lineups, daily lineups. Boy, that would be great if they have it. I don't think they're going to, though. Yeah, it's still stuck on the spring training games, and tomorrow it says no games. You can't even look at opening day yet. So it's not here yet, but it will probably show up sometime late Wednesday night, or definitely early Thursday. So as we'll get, once we get lineups, then this will work. It doesn't really work yet. We get kind of a projection that's based on no lineups, and that's distorted. So this isn't really right, but it still provides some value. So if you want to glance at it, you do have, Atlanta as the number 1 pick. Look at them being minus 245. As a matter of fact, I'm done with the last day of spring training. Like, I'm done with that. I'm done with it. Let's run the macro on what we have right now, even though it's not the best. And you'll get an email from me when the lineups are confirmed, and I, finish this and send it out to everyone. I'll send an email as well tonight with this in this video for those that have subscribed. You can go purchase access to this and get access to it all the way till April 10th, till I do this. Till then, I'll send you email every day with the file, as well as a tutorial video showing how we're going to be updating it. But as for right now, we're just going to run this thing and see what it does, even with no lineup factor. So, oh well, no lineup factor, but we're going to do it. View macro, run the test 25. And so it's testing all the different combination strings we have, 1 through 25. It's dumping them in the testing cube sheet, which you'll see in a second. And then we're going to be able to refresh the browse testing cube pivot, the blue sheet, because it will have all of the simulations for the day. So this is the testing cube sheet. All that information has just been dumped and stacked in here. That's what you're looking at. So that's great. So now we just go to browse testing cube and we refresh. And then we need to collapse this right here, collapse entire field. Once we do that, we get a nice clean look. We have no profitability yet because none of the games have happened yet. But we do have our simulation top down by margin. And all these team powers are low. Okay, see, this is why you can tell something's wrong. Everyone has a negative team power. You know why? Because they have no lineup factor, and that affects calculations. So that's why I'm telling you this is not perfect, but this is what it's kicking out for day one. And notice that the lines are pretty much already, wow, boy, without even putting a lineup factor in there, it's still doing that. You will start to see some line variations once I start incorporating the current season stats in like the first week of the season, when we start putting in batting stats and we start weighting the batting stats from year to year. Then we'll start to get some breaks because we're going to see where teams have changed in their quality from year to year. As of right now, I guess the odds makers are clearly using a lot of last season stats. The only thing this would say is that like the Yankees are overrated all the way down here against San Francisco, because that line should be, up here. It's minus 172 should be right here. And there's only one real underdog in Cleveland over Seattle, but we don't have any answers yet. So just wanted to get people started. There will be a lot of videos, usually after the games. The preview videos are going to be for subscribers that are paying for access to this and paying for copies of it. But I will do a lot of recap videos explaining how we constructed it and obviously checking our profitability. And we'll see how profitable we can be each day. And where the cutoff ends up being with the margins. And we're going to work on our different combination strings because we're going to learn what combination strings are working the best. Because each one of these combination strings gives a different order. See? So we're just going with that average when I show all of them, which I think is actually the best thing to do right now. I think a diverse list of all factors, assuming all factors have some positive influence on predicting the games, that a nice mixture of them all around does a lot of good things. And I think that it might be sorting these teams in proper orders based on what I saw in spring training. But every one of them kind of has something slightly different, and we'll start analyzing them as we go. So that's the update. I wouldn't wager off this information yet. I'd wait until we get lineups, and you can subscribe and buy copies of this and subscribe and end up getting access to it and checking it before I might even do it or do a video about it. All right. So good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning. Enjoy opening day.